There's a new series of polls out from Pew Research Center, and they looked into how the midterm elections will go. And it's ugly for the Democrats. Now, it's not as bad as 2010, but the GOP does have a fairly significant advantage. They say, quote, 45% of registered voters who plan to support the Republican in their district say they are more enthusiastic about voting than in prior congressional elections. That compares with just 37% of those who plan to vote for the Democratic candidate. They continue, 3/4 of Republican voters, 76% to be exact, say they are absolutely certain to vote, compared with just 67% of Democratic voters. So the Democrats apparently caught wind of this poll here, and they're flipping out. They sent Michelle Obama to campaign somewhere recently. I saw an article about that. And they're flat out scrambling for a strategy. And keep in mind, this isn't like the first time we got a whiff of what's to come in the midterm elections. Nate Silver, who has been spot on in all of his predictions. He started, I think, in 2008 with the McCain-Obama election. He got 49 out of 50 states right for the presidential election. And then for Romney and Obama, I think he was 50 for 50. Just spot on. And he's been saying for a while, look, it's too early to tell at this point. However, the election looks like it's certainly leaning Republican. Okay? So it's not good, man. And the Democrats are, in typical Democratic fashion, they're like, I don't know, what do we do? Run to the middle. Run to the middle. Be more like the Republicans, and then maybe people will like us. Yeah, except that only worked in the 1990s, and post-George W. Bush, people actually want a true progressive, and you guys, unfortunately, aren't as progressive as people want. So what is the strategy that the Democrats should employ from here on out? Now, look, I'm going to give them the strategy, but there's this massive caveat that even if they all were to get on the right page and do the right thing and employ the strategy that I'm about to lay out here, it still might be too little too late. Okay? It still might be your TFG, man. Too far gone. You waited too long. You should have been bragging from 2012 and onward. Okay? But the Democrats, in typical Democratic fashion, they'll do something good, and then they'll sit there, oh, was I supposed to brag about the good thing I did? I forgot. But people don't follow politics. You got to drill it into their heads to let them know, we did something good, vote for us. The Republicans, when they fuck up, they go out there and say, oh my God, we're so brilliant. Look at how awesomely we fucked up. Aren't we so great? Let's brag about our fuck-ups and pretend like they're positives. And that's the difference between the two parties. So, this is the Democratic message that they should all do. 4 separate issues, 3 talking points for each. You ready? On the issue of the economy, this is what you say. The Democrats and President Obama have cut taxes for 98% of the American people. Middle-class people, lower-class people. Period, the end. That's point number 1. Repeat that ad nauseum until people are saying it in their sleep. Point number 2. President Obama and the Democrats have done 16 small business tax cuts since they've been in power. 16 small business. So, we're anti-business for our party? No. 16 small business tax cuts. That's a fact. We did it, not the Republicans. That's point number 2. Point number 3. 52 straight months of job growth under Democratic leadership. 9.7 million jobs created. Period. Repeat that ad nauseum to the point where I want people who don't follow politics at all to know those numbers because they hear it so fucking often that they're so tired of it, but they know the facts. Okay, Democrats, you're good with the economy. We get it. Enough. We get it. You're good with the economy. You need to get this in people's heads. You don't do that. Second issue, on health care. So the first issue was the economy. Second issue is health care. Talking point number 1. There are no more pre-existing conditions. 67,482 lives have been saved at least. 67,482 lives have been saved at least because of us, because of the Democrats. That's point number 1. Point number 2. There are no more lifetime caps for insurance companies where they kick you off. 105 million people have had their lifetime caps removed. That's point number 2. Repeat it forever. Point number 3. 3.1 million young adults can stay on their parents' health care because of us, the Democrats. 3.1 million young adults can stay on their parents' health care because of us, the Democrats. Repeat it again, ad nauseum. The third issue, gay marriage, very simply, one talking point here. Washington Post ABC News poll found that 58% of the American people are for gay marriage. Vote for us. We are with you. Vote for us. We represent the American people, and we stand up for equality and justice. Period. That's it. Say that over and over. We are with you, the American people. We want gay marriage. We are with you, the American people. And the final issue, gun reform. 2 talking points. Number 1. According to a Quinnipiac poll, 93% of the American people want a universal background check. The Republicans blocked it. We are for it. We will fight for it. We will get it done. Vote for us. Vote for us. We will do what you want us to do. We love democracy. The Republicans don't. They hate democracy. They hate 93% of the American people. Repeat it forever. Point number 2. ABC News Washington Post poll found that 65% of the American people want a ban on high-capacity magazines. So do we. We agree with the American people. We will fight for it. We will get it. Ask the Republicans why they hate democracy. Ask them. Ask them why they don't like you, the American people. Repeat that forever. Okay, so what we have here, 4 issues, 3 talking points max on each issue, although some of them have 1 of them has 2. Okay? That's all you need. You go out there on all the news shows, all the channels, the president uses his bully pulpit, and you cover it until the media is forced to discuss your points, and they're forced to ask Republicans these questions. Hey, you know, the Democrats said that 58% of the American people believe in gay marriage, and we looked at the poll, it's true. Why do you disagree with 58% of the American people? You know what happens when you push against the Republicans? Their bullying ways crumble, because they don't know how to use the thing called logic. So when you use logic and slam them with it and repeat it forever, and the American people start to believe it, here's what's going to happen. You're going to rile up the base, and the American people are going to go, you know what? Those Democrats aren't so bad, and they're right about these issues. See, the theme, I don't know if you noticed, every single one of the talking points, you know what it had? Numbers. Facts. We have numbers and facts on our side. The Republicans don't. So it is a shame that the Democrats aren't leading by 1,000,000 points. For fuck's sake, the Republicans shut down the government recently, and people just forgot about it after a while. Why? Because the Democrats didn't bring it up. The Democrats didn't say, why'd you guys shut down the government? You guys remember when the Republicans shut down the government? Man, that was so irresponsible. That was so crazy. Are these guys anarchists? Talk about it, man! But they don't talk about it because they're Democrats, and they suck at messaging, and they suck at getting the word out, and they suck at getting the base riled up because they so often abandon the base. You got to stick with your base. You got to do what's right by your base. You got to push for those policies, and this is how you campaign to win, but it might be too little too late, and that's your own fault.